Things underway here. He'll shortly be parking himself right alongside me and helping me with the commentary. But we're into day 2 of the very first Pagulayan Cup. It's a race to 11 match wins, and the current score favors Ontario, 3-1. Well, what a lineup these two provinces have put forth to kick off living legends in the sport of pool here in Canada. And after the lag, it will be Quebec. It's an alternating break format. Scotch doubles to kick off day 2. Martin-Daigle and his partner Alain-Martel. One ball secured off the break, but sadly for Alain, no clear path to victory on the 2 here. And even the bank doesn't afford position to the 3, so you can't see him taking the 2 ball on. This is going to be defense. And here's a man that is as creative as anyone that's ever picked up a pool cue in this country. And they call him the Dancing Bear. He's actually fighting a little bit of a leg issue now, so we're going to call him the Limping Bear. Well, he's trying to find cover, and I think he's got it just behind the 3. Well, a possibility of a jump shot here. And Alex quickly converses with his partner, transplanted Australian Ben Crawley, now calling Toronto home. And he's asked quickly for his extension. 30-second shot clock being employed here at the Pagulayan Cup. And this is how perfect did he hit that. Now, the only problem, as Alex looks at the lay of the land here, is that green 6 up the top end of the table. If it doesn't afford a combination with the 7, that's a problem. And he just overdrew that slightly. Welcome, Mr. MC.
Good morning, James. That was a heck of a shot by Crawley. And there is the foul.
Well, I'm not sure. What did he say? He touched the cue ball?
No, I'm not sure if he touched the cue ball or if he touched the 5. Did he touch the 5? Is it an all-ball foul?
It's definitely all-ball foul. We've got the referee here. Just wasn't sure exactly what the foul was that he committed, but it was self-proclaimed.
Well, let me find out for you. Confirmation from the referee. He touched the ball with his arm.
Extension clock.
Yeah, it's a gentleman's game. Well, again, Alain-Martel just offering a little advice to his partner, Martin-Daigle here, but it's so important. He's traveled considerably further than he wanted to, Russ. That's a guarantee.
They didn't seem to agree on. Where they wanted to put the cue ball. Alain wanted to put it in one place, and Martin kind of had another idea. And
no, Russ. Cat. Mix up.
He's fortunate.
Well, again, that 6 ball holds the key to success in this rack. It's the first rack of day 2. Players have had a little time on the table, hitting balls, warming up. It's never the same in a match, does it?
No, it's not.
Yeah, you see Alex flying at the 9. Why not?
Why not? And he tried to keep it safe. Flying at the 9 was going to obviously impede the speed on the 5, and there is a risk of having left it, and he may have left it, but it's not going to be easy to get back on the 6 and undo that 6. The line seems to take it down there, but you don't really know what's going to happen. But I guess he's got to go for it. Overcut it.
He's quite thankful that he didn't hit the 6.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, there's a chance. I wonder if he'll go rail first here with a lot of left-hand spin. He's got to play a little bottom in this, though, Russ. Can't be just straight top. He's got to play this with a little bit of bottom, rail first. He's going to get the 5, and Alex wants Ben to have that cue ball tracking over towards the 9.
Yeah. It was. And now this is the problem now. But you would think that this could be an easy safety in terms of the 7 acting as the stopper for the 6, which sends the cue ball up here. Yes?
Yeah, but Alex is always looking to try and make life as difficult for his opponent as possible.
And he did.
Just about like that.
And he did.
I think he might have just left the edge of the 6 sticking out.
By the looks of the way Alan is approaching this, he might have. You can't leave anything to the dancing bear, can you?
Yeah, that was the problem. How about that shot?
And that's pretty darn good.
Well, a bit of a trick shot from...
You're going to mark that down already before the 9 goes down, are you? Yes, indeed.
Well, that gets the crowd into it here very early. The host venue, La Banda Coin in St. Lambert. Beautiful room in a beautiful area of the city, Russ.
Absolutely.
The
Great
Chabot
room.
family have rolled out the red carpet here. They've been terrific.
As they usually do. They're passionate about the game. It's not just an event for them. Like, they love the game. And when you think that this table is sat where the #1 snooker table was, and so they did all the things necessary to move that, get that taken away, to make place for this, just goes to show you the passion that they have for the game. So,
commitment and whatever it takes to promote the sport.
I was about to say, when Alain got up for his shot, do you remember that absolutely incredible shot that he played at the border battle when he was hooked by Jeremy Jones, and he jumped over it, hit it, and made the ball and got position on the next
TSN
shot?
still show that shot in replays.
It still may be the single greatest
Yeah.
shot.
Players still talk about that. Amazing, Russ. You remember that.
Yeah,
Terrific.
Sure.
You're a bit of a fan yourself.
Oh, just a bit. Deuce is down, but he lost the cue ball. But it can't. Look at that.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
That is not bad.
And Valerie will try and remove that magic rack as quietly as she can. Obviously, the 8 over the side offers the combination for Alex. And always a concern, where the object ball is going when you play these shots. If he doesn't catch the 8 flush, that 1 could slither along the side cushion and not offer itself to Ben.
And I think also he's having to hit the 1
bon.
thin. So the cue ball has to stay in control as well. He's got to just touch it. Well, it's still not the greatest.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
No, it's not. It's hard to see from the vantage point from here if that 1 is going to allow the white ball to carry. And I think, well, he seems to think he can get on this. So, yeah, just enough to catch that corner. And that little window he needed. That's a hell of a shot.
Yeah, and a very knowledgeable crowd here in attendance. Understanding what a good shot that was.
No
Not so
margin
much.
of error
No,
there,
very
right?
little. Understanding, though, that cue ball had to be in one area only. So it was a great shot from Ben. Ben needs a little bit of confidence. If there's one player on both sides that really lacks the experience of big-time pool, it's Ben.
You got to feel a certain confidence though when your partner is Alex Pagulayan, don't you think? It gives you a little extra sense of invincibility because no matter where you leave it, he's going to make it.
I always remember what they said about doubles tennis. They said the best doubles team in the world was John McEnroe and whoever he wanted for a partner.
That's right. I was talking with Mario Mora earlier, and I was telling him how much I enjoy playing doubles because my partner leaves me in a better position than I would have left myself if I was playing singles.
Well, he's got plenty of angle on the 7 here. It's just about judging the speed of the cue ball. Get Ben back on the 9.
That shot on the 1 ball, not making the 1, but getting the position that he got was absolutely fantastic. I don't think people realize just how good that shot was. Not making the ball, but controlling that white ball.
Well, this 9 to level things up here at 1 rack apiece. I'll give him this one.
You got to feel good about being left this shot for the win. Yeah, that's good.
Ben Crawley secured his place on Team Ontario by virtue of a qualifier that he won back in Toronto.
That's how I introduced him as well, and that in itself has to be a certain confidence boost for him to have gotten through all that and made the team. Although I'm curious to find out, to ask him how the heck he even strokes with the way he holds his cue.
In the back, his backhand, that's right.
Like he's got 2 fingers holding onto it, and the others are sticking out there in midair.
Well, they held serve, so both teams have won their respective break racks, and now it turns back over to Quebec and Alain Martel.
James, is that something that you look at when you watch a player? Do you look at their grip, their stance? Do you try to get a feel of what kind of a player they are based on how they hold their cue?
Russ, that's a good question. When I look at a player, do you know what jumps out at me and gives me an understanding of as to whether or not they're handling the pressure is the rhythm. You know, whether they're consistent at the table, their timing, how many strokes before they hit the white. You know, that if I see something very inconsistent, I see a player that's fighting their nerves.
Right. Is there somebody you could think of that you say does have a weird grip, or somebody you look at and say, how does he get away with holding his cue like that?
It's all about delivery, though.
Of course it is.
You know, I mean, I've seen a lot of different players over my tenure doing TV commentary as well as when I played, and you know, to each his own. It's just a question of whether or not that cue is going straight through the white at the time they deliver it.
I believe he's playing a push here.
And it looks like he's going to be leaving just a safety in return.
He wants to tie it up.
I mean, I really can't see Alex doing anything on this one. He's looking at it. It is available, a very thin cut, but I mean, position isn't guaranteed. And I think
it'll send them into the open part of the table, which will still get them to see the 2. But
yeah, I think you're going to see him just bump it over to the side cushion and take the cue ball to the opposite side.
So you're the expert in this. So.
He caught it a little thinner than he wanted.
See, that's why you're not in the boxing business. You see, you know this kind of stuff, and I'm in the boxing business.
Well, this is a little bit like boxing because they're trading punches.
Yeah, they are.
I'll tell you, you don't really want to get into a chess game with this guy either.
Again, like I said to you yesterday, I'm amazed how such a massive man can have such a delicate touch. I mean, it's unbelievable how he just feathered that and was able to control the cue ball and hide it behind the wall that is the 8-9.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. I mean, the experience that Pagulayan possesses coming out just to offer his thoughts to Ben. This is what teamwork is all about.
This is what I love about this kind of a format. That's what I love about this format. And this is the kind of partner you want. You know, this is the kind of guy you want.
Especially a partner that's a former world champion.
Yeah,
that helps.
that helps. Jim, I find myself playing people sometimes, and I get into a situation where I don't know what to, I'll ask the guy I'm playing, what do I do here? I need some advice. So imagine you see your partner, you got Alex Pagulayan as your partner.
He needs to trust a little bit to luck here. Ask and you shall receive. Wow, that worked out pretty well, and if nothing else, it's allowed Team Ontario to regain the initiative.
Is that a perfect example of fortune favoring the foolish? Fortune favoring the brave.
What a shot. Oh, what a shot. Beautiful shot.
Every perfect kiss along the way to get you the perfect positioning you need.
He'll just force this through off 2 cushions. Oh, he's fluked it. He's fluked it.
That's where 9-ball gets you.
I don't see any smiles on Team Quebec.
No one's. The only one smiling is Alex. He's running around that table. He's happy. The position was right. The position was perfect. And he, for all intent and purposes, should have made
But
that.
I'll be honest with you, Russ. A miss like that, yes, they got lucky, but a miss like that is not going to put Ben Crawley in good stead.
In confidence. But it was because of what you said. He tried to force it, so he had to put that extra English on the ball, or siding, whichever you prefer, and that was just enough to throw it off.
Yeah, see, Alex doesn't even want him going at the bank.
No.
He wants a safety.
Can it be played as a two-way? No, he wants it. He got it too on both sides.
It's close, very close. Martin is having a very good look at this. He may just have room.
No, he can't see it.
It's close, Russ. You're right down the line. Let me know what you see.
It looks like the 6 edges in the way, and I mean he can hit it. It just how he's going to be able to manipulate it is the question. He just can't do everything he wants. He's a little bit blocked on one side, a little blocked on the other. Put it this way, in snooker, this would be a free ball. He cannot get to both sides of this. Yeah, he had to bend it.
Yeah, I just played a little too hard.
Yeah.
He tried to use the 9 as a blocker, and he's left Pagulayan an open 5. It's far from easy, but it's there.
See, the thing is, he kind of had to play the cue ball with a little bit of pace to get the spin to take. If he touched it softly, the spin wasn't going to take, and he was going to run into one of the 6 or the 9.
No, it was a pure strike.
You can't leave Alex. And again, you see, the thing I look at, I see Alex take a short little backswing and just play it pure, and look at the positioning he got. No power, no hard, no nothing, just pure.
Yeah, not much Ben could do there. He couldn't get any closer to the 8 because he was dead straight, but that's fine.
That's fine.
And remember, it was Quebec that broke this rack, so
Advantage Ontario.
chance for Ontario to steal this one against the serve.
And there it is. This will put Ben's confidence back in check. There it is. What do you think about the, I guess you could call the fluke shots that come up in 9-ball as opposed to 10? Like, do you think the rules should be altered or
No, not at all. You know what the key is? That's part of
the game?
That's part of the allure with pool, I think, Russ. But you know, the key is to success at any level in the sport, living in the moment.
Right.
You know, you can't change what happened. You've had a couple bad breaks. Done.
Right.
Move on. I mean, and for me, that's probably why the Filipinos are such a you know, there's so much fun to watch because you see them after matches. You can't tell who won or lost.
Right.
They don't carry any baggage.
Right.
They have fun.
Yeah, that's right. And
That
as Alex does. Yeah.
That in itself can be intimidating.
Yeah, for sure.
You're out there sweating bullets, and you're looking at the guy sat opposite you, and he's laughing.
Well, there's no doubt in any sport that the athlete enjoying himself at what he's doing is going to make clearer, more rational decisions than the one who's not. Well, advantage just came back Quebec's way.
Yeah, it's
No
an illegal
ball on the
break, too.
Is it? So, but that really doesn't change anything, though, if you don't make a ball, that it's an illegal break. You don't get ball in hand. You don't make a ball, but it's an illegal break. But there's no advantage to the incoming team.
Actually, funny enough, if you're snookered,
You have option?
having an illegal break is almost a benefit because now you're the one that gets to sit back and wait for the push out.
Right.
So you get
Right,
the
that's
choice.
the only advantage you get, yeah.
Well, this could be costly too.
This could be very costly.
You know, the second shot that Martin has played in succession that have both been pretty loose by his standards.
Yeah.
Alex would like to see him play the combination. Yeah, thin the 1 into the 5. Well, he's going to try and make the 5 with the cue ball. Leave the 1 in the other
you wanted
corner.
the other way. You thought the other way.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, that was always going to be dangerous, right?
Played it way too hard.
But going towards the pocket is always going to be dangerous, isn't it?
But he's just shot it way too hard. And you know something? I don't know why Alex didn't get him to shoot the combination.
Yeah, the other side, hit the other side. That's
Yeah.
because then the cue ball would be going that way.
Exactly, and
ball
one stays
goes
over
through
the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, but this automatically sent the 1 ball to the rail.
You know, Russ, I hate to belabor a point, but that looked like, again, a player that's struggling a little bit because he played that so much harder than he needed to.
Is that what you think Alex meant when he said thin the white? Do you think he meant it on the inside?
I think so. I think so. But
Question
again,
for the interview, maybe.
yeah. But I mean, the speed that he played it, he had to know that the cue ball was going to be following through.
Yeah. Well, this is a chance now for Martin Day to get his groove back on.
Well, here's the problem: the 4 ball. There's a chance at a 4-7 combination.
Either 4-7, or he's got to come all the way back down to the balk line to make it back up in this corner.
Well, you're going to have to interpret for me.
He's saying he'll take it in the side as well. They're taking the extension. Alain knows the limitations that are available. He wants him to come all the way around. I think Alain says he'd like to run into contact with it, with the 7, because just things happen. Well, that's where he wanted to be left, with a shot side. But that's certainly not a gimme for a guy who left a straight in, who missed a straight in
Took the
shot.
words out of my mouth, Ross.
Yeah.
This is far from a formality, this shot. That's a very acute angle into the side pocket.
At least he doesn't have to work hard for positioning, though. Like, he's going to finish on the 6 one way or another.
Yeah. That wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not.
Alex a chance here. He's got to just roll that cue ball in behind the 8. Push the 4 to the end cushion.
He looked
and
at the combination,
glue.
but
He wants
now he's
to
going to glue it. Yeah, that's
combo
what
here.
he's
He's
gonna-
going to glue that cue ball to the 8.
Yeah, you knew that was coming.
Well, that was Luke Salvis in the background.
Like in the good old days, he said.
No good.
No, good.
No good.
And this is gonna stun over perfectly for the 6. Yep. See, you look at it now, my limited knowledge, but the pattern is very nice here to be able to come back up 6, 7, 8, right? Like it's an easy path, a fundamental path. I don't want to say easy.
Heard Alex just ask Ben if he was good with the rake. Well, Ben has played some snooker, and he is pretty handy with the rake.
Yeah, he's a big guy though. He might be able to reach this. Yeah, and the way he holds his cue with one finger at the end.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can't get better than that, really. Well played.
Well, this is punishing because, again, Quebec has to feel like this is the second rack that they've let slip away in this match, and you just can't afford to do it. It's a short race.
That's right. And they had the advantage. They had it turned over back to them. They had control of the cue ball.
3-1 now in favor of Ontario. But Quebec and Martin-Daigle grabbing the break cue.
Martin's still looking at that shot on the side, but that was acute. Like that was going to be very, very difficult in practice. Never mind under the pressure of a match.
Didn't even look easy from where we're sat.
No.
We don't miss many here.
No. Now Willie Mosconi said, it's an easy game. It's an easy game. Of course it is when you're making all the balls. It's real easy. Perfect shape, perfect potting percentage. It's very easy.
And a lot of the fans starting to make their way in. The Molson Grand Prix is in town this weekend, Russ. And, Montreal it's the focus of international attention this weekend,
Absolutely.
to be sure.
Martin is still upset, you can tell. Martin knows he hasn't played his best here.
And he has been known to show a little bit of emotion, hasn't he, Martin?
Yes, he has.
Oh, that's a good break. That's a beautiful break.
And that too, he's going to...
No, it's bad luck. Bad luck.
No.
Just, again, he's got the cue ball right in the middle of the table, Russ.
Perfect
This
where
is
it should be.
exactly what you're supposed to try and do.
He got the two ball moving into perfect shape, and the 8 came, played goalie.
Alain Martel just called push out. I think the people across the street heard it.
There'll be no confusion here.
And see what he did there?
Ties it up and leaves an awkward position.
2 in
on
1.
the 2.
Two
Yeah.
shots in 1. Pushes the 4 onto the 3 to make life a lot more tactical, really, for whatever team is going to be at the table.
Because is that literally impossible to get back on the 3 from here anyways?
Yeah, see, Alain. Now we're going to see what Alain
they
had
have
in
in
mind.
mind.
That's exactly what Alex just said.
Yeah.
Alain says, I can't remember.
That's the one he didn't need it to hit.
Here's the
it
shot.
was right. It was right. He was coming up, and if it would have nestled where the 9 ended up being, if the cue ball would have been there, he makes it difficult on the deuce that he can't see it, but he ran into it full.
Well, Ben, the only danger here for Ben is just got to guard against that side pocket. It's the only danger.
Side pocket.
It's been now.
But did he leave him enough of the edge that he needs it to cut it in?
Well, I wonder
or to clip off the 9. Or to clip it.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good shot from Ben Crawley at all.
He's not seeing it.
Extension.
Yeah, again, this is a lot of the racks are taking the same type of theme. Yeah, this...
Tying up a ball.
Well, but here's an opportunity. Quebec has to feel like they're going to get a chance here.
Yeah.
Alex flew.
Nine still moving. Oh.
Nobody from Quebec wants to get out of their chair.
No. Alain dropped his head. He knew. So almost to say, it's not me shooting, you're shooting. Get up.
Chance of making this.
Rail first. I mean,
Yep.
it's not easy, but.
Caught it too thin.
Yeah.
But.
No, he still sees that. He sees the edge of it anyways.
Yeah, it's a thin cut. Very thin cut. Yeah, Alex has told him what to do here.
Yeah, he wants him to try to cut it in.
Tough shot, Russ.
It is a tough shot.
Not too bad.
Perfect.
Not too bad at all. Alex will play this straight up table. He'll try and leave that 6.
You know, when what you said, like being perhaps the weakest link on Team Ontario, is making shots like that, that's a hell of a confidence boost for both him and for Team Ontario.
Yeah, this is where he's going to have to play the short side on the 7, follow straight through on the 6, and play the 7 to the other corner pocket. Speed, everything here. Yeah, it's not a good shot. Just overhit it. If anything, Ben is just struggling with the speed of the table right now.
It cuts. I mean, it cuts. He can back cut this in.
Cue ball's going to be traveling.
Yeah. But the 8's in the middle of the table, though. It's in the middle of the table, like he's literally bound to finish on it. What was the problem, James? There was no problem.
I'll tell you what, he keeps digging his partner out of the sand.
Yes, sir, he sure does.
That wasn't ideal.
It's not bad, considering the other one. Oh, he banked it. Wow. That's confidence, though, there, isn't it?
Well,
Because I'm looking at cutting that in, you know. I'm looking at that. He's
I'll
cutting
tell you
that.
what, if I'm Ben Crawley, I'm getting Alex's address and I'm sending him a present. Because Alex just, produced all the shots. Ben just made it tough for him. Even the last 9, should have had to bank it. He had enough angle. He could have stunned it over and played the 9 to the same pocket as the 8. That's all right.
And
they got there in the end.
And the thing is, you could have actually overstunned that and still be good. You know, you could have come up high on the rail, you'd still be okay.
But I hate to bring it up again. That was a rack that really Quebec had the first bite of the cherry.
But, you know, right off the break, not getting the roll on the break, parking the ball in the middle of the table, and then just getting hidden by the 8 ball, no shot at the 2, and it just changes the flow of the game. And then was this the one where there was the illegal break? Or was that the one before?
No, that was earlier.
Yeah.
They made a ball off the break, and the 8 froze on the cue ball.
That's right.
So Ben Crawley with a good break here. Ontario 4-1 ahead. It's a race to 5. Each match win takes a point to that province's score. And the first province to score 11 match wins will be crowned the inaugural winner of the very first Pagulayan Cup. And a long open look at the 1.
You have to think that that's a wonderful testimonial to the respect that Alex has among his players, that you name a tournament after your opponent that you're playing against. That's not bad.
And he's still playing.
Yeah.
Look out.
Wow.
There,
Wow.
finally Quebec gets a break in this match. Finally, they
Even
waited long enough.
Alain looked at that and said, "What?" Like he couldn't even believe that that could go into the side pocket. I remember one of the first border battles that we did. Paul Potier was playing with Luc Salvas, and I was acting as translator for Luc. And Paul kept asking, "Where do you want me to leave you? Where do you want me to put it?" And Luc said, "Just tell him to shoot the ball and leave it wherever he wants. It doesn't matter."
That's what you like to hear.
Sure.
I don't care.
I don't care. Just shoot the ball.
And for those tuning in at home watching this online, if we do sound like it's a very hushed tone we're using, it's only because we're about 10 feet from the table.
If that.
Slightly overhit that.
Screwed that.
Shouldn't pose too many problems, though. This still cuts for Martin.
It cuts, but does the 8 get in the way coming across for the cue ball?
Just depends if he wants to play it with speed or just feather it in.
Right.
No, he missed it.
Overcut it. He can't afford to be missing those shots. That's
Yeah,
a guy of his caliber
You're
just
right.
drops them in.
But Alain will assume some responsibility on that too.
I know, but you're supposed to be able to rescue your guy when he makes a bad shot. You have to rescue him. It's a very, very makeable shot. It wasn't like he didn't snooker him. He had a shot at it.
It's a tricky little shot here.
Almost.
No,
Almost.
they should be glued behind the 8.
8 or 7?
No, I think he'll try and just
Oh, you mean
stun
now
this.
he'll be behind the... Sorry.
Just stun this over behind the 8.
Yeah.
Where's he going at the 9 here, Ross?
No, I don't think he's going at it. No, he was going at it.
Wow. That was,
But hits the wrong
I'm-
side.
Yeah, I can't believe that he did that.
Yeah.
That was a little bit more out of the desperation. Totally. He still tried to draw the cue ball behind the 7, but boy, that was a tall order.
But he left the 6. He knew it. As soon as he hit it, he said, "That's no good."
Yeah. He caught it a little bit too thick. And I don't know if the 7, I'm looking right down.
If it passes in the corner.
It's close. It's really close. Well, he's got to shoot it, so he doesn't have a lot of time. 30-second shot clock.
He's jacking up on it.
Yeah, I think he's got it. Oh, that's a great
Yes,
shot.
indeed. So
You know
this
what?
is what I mean about having to dig yourself out of what your opponent left you, and he did.
But he also played it if it didn't go in. It was a
Agreed.
full snooker.
Agreed. But he made the shot, and you have to make the shot. Alain didn't play a perfect shot on getting position on the 6, but he left a definitely makeable shot.
Well, in the end, it looks like Ontario's going to come good. But holy cow, did Quebec ever have their...
Potential.